Now in this video, let's talk about Aurelle's latest pricing versus what we have seen over the past and also what's coming in the EC market. Now, if you have been watching the EC market and also following Aurelle's latest news, we know that Aurelle has officially opened its preview show flat and also released an indicative price for the units. So for 3-room, we will be expecting about 1.4, right, and upwards. For 4-bedroom, we will be expecting 1.68 and upwards. For 5-bedroom, we will be expecting 2.2, 2.25 and upwards. And so what does this mean, right? How can EC be going at such ridiculous price or such high price, right? And the reason is very simple. We always want to compare to what we're seeing now and what we see in the past and what's upcoming, so we know whether this kind of pricing still makes sense for all of us. Okay, all right, so let's start with Aurelle first. The bid that was won back then in 2023 was actually at 721. Okay, so this is what the developer has won in terms of the pricing and how much we are seeing right now in the market, right? So let's just take 1650 for the PSF, right? So if you take 1650 divided by 721, this is about a markup of 2.28 times of the cost. Okay, so it's still within the range of what we're expecting. Usually if you look at EC or condos, this is roughly the pricing, right? Somewhere from 2 to 3 and in between. Okay, so let's compare to our not so old EC launch, okay, which is just quite recent also, before Aurelle. So this is Lumina Grand, and what you see over here basically is from 3-bedroom onwards, right? It's at 1.3 something and it goes all the way upwards, right, to 1.4 and even to 2.1 for a 5-bedroom. Okay, and as you can see, the PSF, right, it's somewhere around 1.4. okay, let's just take 1.45 lah, right, to be fair. Okay, 1.45, 1.5, because starting from, right? So then if we look at Lumina, the bid that was won was actually at 626. Right, so if you take 1.45, right, divide by 626, you get 2.31. So if you take this kind of rate, right, that it was multiplied by, Lumina Grand was actually going for more. Okay, so this is in relativity, so you need to understand it's not just about the PSF, it's how much is being marked up, so you can see what's happening, right? And the next one, okay, so next one we have Novo Place, also very recent, right? 3-bedroom starting from 1.3, okay, and going all the way up. Well, the thing is that because Novo Place is quite hot, right? It's being sold at quite a fast pace. So right now we can only see 3-bedroom, right? And you see the PSF pricing, right? Basically you can take, right, 1.5. We give it 1.5, like, but it's basically more than 1.5. Okay, and if you were to look at, right, Novo Place, the winning bid was at 703. So if you take 1.5 divided by 703, you get 2.1. So somewhere around there. And if you were to go even higher, right, it will be at such pricing. So the markup is somewhere around there. You can see the range. Okay, so is it then unfair, right, if we get Aurelle, right, if we get Aurelle going at 721 and starting at 1.6 something? So you see, the higher the PSF being won, and if you were to mark up with 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, somewhere around there, it's very easy that you break the 1.6, 1.7, because this is already going higher and higher. Right? So what does this mean for the upcoming and the future ones, right? This is 721. So other ECs, right, let's look at the future ones, right? See, we have one parcel at Tampines Avenue 5. If you know where that is, that's actually near Tampines Safra, right? This one is at 768. So let's do a very safe calculation, right? From here, from now, and let's see in the future if it happens, right? 768, we give chance, okay? We multiply by 2.2. You are going to see 1.689, 1.1690 per PSF and onwards, just because the bid is won at this price. Okay, and if you know the area, nearby is basically new BTOs, Tampines Safra. There will be new town being built as well. Okay, closest that you can get is probably Tampines West MRT, right? And that is nothing compared to what we see in Aurelle. Why? Aurelle has got shopping malls, hawker center. We know like everything is there because it's like a new town. But this one, it's not like Aurelle. It's just by its own, but it has got its coffee shop and all this. It's still in development, right? But right now we know already that that's what's happening over there. Okay, and then we see the next one. Okay, next one is Jalan Loyang Besar. This is in Pasir Ris, somewhere near Wawa Wet, and this is won at 729. Okay, very close, right, to what we see in Aurelle. Right, 721, 729, you get it, right? So when land is sold at such pricing, you cannot expect this to be cheaper than the previous EC launch. It is next to impossible. Okay, like I said before, developers also want to make money. They cannot afford to bid and win at such price and go lower than what the current market is selling. And for your information, current ECs are near to sold out, right? They are going at quite a fast pace. Okay, so what we get over here basically, right? If you look at Novo Place, it's like 91, 92% sold out. And if we look at Lumina Grand, it's 88%, 89% sold out. Altura, 98%. Okay, so if you can see previous launches is always close to sold out. There's no way to turn back time. And you look at the pricing and you look at what's upcoming and you see what's already in the market currently. This is going to be the trend, and you have to be prepared and understand what's going on, right? So still can buy or not? I would say it depends on yourself, right? If you fit into the criteria, if you're eligible, and if you know what's going on with building wealth with property, then go ahead. Because looking at the location, if you haven't seen my previous video, go and look at it, go and understand what's around Aurelle, what is Aurelle about. You compare to what's upcoming, you compare to what had happened in the past, just recent one, Novo Place. You will know that this Aurelle is priced competitively, and what you're buying is basically the facilities around Aurelle, which is Parktown residents. You basically leverage on that. You're just 5 minutes away from everything. Compared to many other upcoming ones, we know that there is some limitation to how much they can do, right? And what they can do. Since we're talking about Aurelle, and we know that just beside Aurelle is basically Tenet, which is sold out. There's nothing left already because these guys already know what's upcoming, what's in the development. They actually went in first, right? So with Tenet going in first, they sort of like already won because how much lower that they went in for, right? And that's basically how you want to see property and going ahead, right? In investment, it's always about knowing what you're buying, what's upcoming in the future, not right now. Because if you're buying for the right now, everything is basically quite priced in, right? I mean, especially in Singapore, with the master plan and all this, you would know that most of it, if everybody is already aware, the news is already out, the information is already out, which we usually do because we're efficient, the price has already been priced in. There's no secret to all these things. So you basically know what you're buying, but because people don't see the actual thing, there's still that room of growth until everything is built. That is another new pricing, coupled with your appreciation. Okay, so that's how you want to understand. So in short, Aurelle is something that you don't want to miss. You really, really want to seriously consider, because I really don't know when is the next time when you get EC that is so close to so many amenities and facilities, right? You can look in the past ones. Yes, there are integrated projects, but those are condos. We are now talking about EC, so slightly different class, and hope you can understand what you're getting, right? So that's all I have for you in this video. Stay tuned, more videos coming up. All right, don't forget to subscribe, to follow, to share, and to watch some other videos that can help you with understanding what's in the property market and also what's upcoming, so you get yourself well informed. Okay, see you around. Thank you for the time. Bye bye.